Namaste, this is Tim Halloran, and this is an astrological report for April 14th, 2013, reporting to you from underneath whatever frickin' tree has these spiky, thorny leaves that come off of them. Anyways, what a wild time it is. It sure has been feeling weird, and I have no idea what's going on. So, heavens, help us! Send us your message, please! Help me figure out my stuff. Man, it's been a pretty crazy week with that solar eclipse going on. I talked about detachment and having to find old patterns that need to be changed. Yeah, speaking of which, for the last 3 days, my freaking computer has had the worst problem I've ever seen, and I haven't been able to use it. And for a Gemini like me, being separated from your computer, it's just like, no, take me instead. I need you. And of course the Divine Mother is saying, it's time to get outside for once in your life. Oh man. So what is going on right now? Well, there is a lot of Gemini going on with Mercury, and there's a lot more to come. We are experiencing the energy shift. The planets are moving into Gemini next week. It's going to be a month of Gemini party, and it's going to be a party. It's going to be crazy. Gemini is the magician and the trickster, and it's going to be quite the festivities going on. But what's happening this week? Well, Mercury is conjunct the Sun. Pallas is conjunct the Sun. We still have a lot of pattern detection happening. The kind of patterns that have to do with the past are resurfacing. We're seeing oh, hello there, friend. We're seeing what needs to get let go of. Speaking of computer breakages, the patterns of the past that need to be let go of. Certain attachments that are hindering us from our spiritual development. Saturn is also trine Neptune right now, and this is a enlightening time. Light is being shed on what needs to be done. Where our work needs to be, and it could also be a period of having our values shifting. We're watching our old values dissipate and new values are coming in, and it can go pretty deep. This might be a period of really finding out who you are. This is all good stuff, but it kind of explains why it's been a little wild. Why is it also feeling a little wild right now? Well, we've got this Pluto-Uranus square. This is the big league stuff that has been going on for years, and it's going to be going on for years. But this square, it's the third of 7 squares that are going to be happening through 2015. But this is, when this square is exact, we're feeling this energy, and we're dealing with Pluto and Uranus. These are the big guys of the planets. Pluto is the god of the underworld. Uranus is the god of thunder and change and electricity and revolution and the higher self and intuition and wisdom, and they're squaring each other, and it's like this energy that's going on beneath the surface. And basically, these guys hate stagnation. These guys hate the old ways. These guys want a lot of transformation, and a lot of transformation is happening right now. I had somebody ask me last week, when are things going to stop being so crazy? First of all, that's never a question to ask an astrologer, because the astrologer is always going to know what crazy things are going on. But second of all, this is the year 2012. So what can I say as far as things stopping to be so crazy? When the world doesn't look like it did in 2011, things will be calming down. But there's a whole lot of change that is being requested as a part of the entire planet, and we're smack dab in the middle of it right now, so it is sort of heating up. Ironic, in my hometown of Buffalo, there's still snow on the ground, so maybe not heating up there. Sorry guys, by the way. So what else is going on this week? Venus is square to Neptune right now. Venus just entered Gemini last week in its very playful, optimistic self, and now it's square to Neptune. And this could mean a little bit of escapism, perhaps, and escapism as pertaining to lovers, romance, and friends. So you might be, maybe think twice and get to the bottom of things before you decide to ditch your significant other and run away with somebody else, or maybe you obsess over somebody who you might be a little bit fantasizing about. And what's going on for the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow the moon's going to enter Leo, and Moon in Leo wants to take care of everything by themselves and be the center of attention and get lots of attention and reciprocation, which is okay. But this weekend, or I'm sorry, on Friday the 17th, it's going to be squaring. It's going to square Mars, Pallas, and the Sun. And we've also got Mars conjunct that South Node happening right now. All the planets have passed the South Node, and what was going on is the South Node is the stuff that needs to get let go of. So now we have Mars conjunct the South Node. It's the last planet to be passing it, and this is our will. This is our personal ego, and Mars just wants to fight for itself. And with the Moon and Leo squaring those planets, this week through Friday, you might want to be careful not to try to repeat the same old thing that you were doing. This Mars conjunct the South Node might be the, trying to fit the square peg in a round hole, just like, no, it's going to fit, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to do it myself, I'm going to keep doing it, it's going to work this time. This is like, you're trying to put a puzzle together, and Mars just wants to put it together as fast as possible, so it's just shoving all these pieces, all you gotta just like, oh, I'll get the hammer out, make this puzzle look beautiful. Then you hold up the puzzle at the end of the day, and it's just like, what do you think of my puzzle? Johnny, that looks like shit. It looks like someone vomited multicolors all over a twister pad. Horrible analogy, I know. Okay, anyways, moving on. The moon is going to enter Virgo by this weekend. And Virgo is the perfectionist. And Virgo is service to others, and healing, and medicine. So be careful with it while the moon is still in Leo through this Friday. And make sure that you're, going a little bit slower, making sure everything's completed, and you don't just rush through things, because by this weekend, the moon in Virgo is going to square Mercury and Venus and oppose Neptune. And it's going to be just like, oh yeah, Johnny, that puzzle looks like shit. You did a horrible job. You should have done it carefully. You should have thought things through. This is how Virgo would like to put the puzzle together. Virgo very carefully and meticulously studies each and every piece of the puzzle and organizes it by number and letter, and then begins to lay it out very carefully. So that puzzle is going to be prime time, perfect. It might take you 10 days rather than 1, but it's going to be done perfectly. Virgo is perfection. Virgo is also service to others. We're moving into a period, and I heard this the other day and I really liked it, a period of interdependence. For a long time in this country, and the standard mindset here has been that we want to be declaring our independence. We want to do everything by ourselves and be self-sufficient. And we're now moving into a period where we should be declaring our interdependence, because it's a lot harder to do everything by yourself. So that's something to keep in mind this week. It's good to rely on other people. It's good to have other people there for you. And it's very important to also give back. Give back to other people. Give to others, receive back. Give to others, receive back. This is a universal law. What you give, you receive. What you give to others, you receive from the universe. This is what tithing is. This is a very difficult time to be doing it all alone, especially with that Mars South Node conjunction. This is not a time to be just running out there and taking on everybody else by yourself. You're going to get trampled this week if you try to do that. So we're moving into a period of interdependence. Next month is going to be the gathering of the tribes. Next month is going to be magical. Next month the stage show starts. So we want to be allowing ourselves to open up for that period. So there's a lot of letting go happening right now, and it's like we're emptying out the glass. We empty out the glass, that way it can become full again. And we want the glass to be filled up next month, because we're going to be forming groups, we're going to be forming friends. And then we're going to be able to be much stronger as a collective than if we were by ourselves. And that's actually the solution to this year, and it's Pluto square. The old system is crumbling. The old system was every man for themselves. So this is not a time to be fighting for yourself. This is a time to be finding connections. So you have this final lunar eclipse next week. It's going to be in Sagittarius. We're almost through eclipse season. It's a little unsettling because you've been grabbed onto this earth. We've been in Taurus. It's been nice and comfortable and slowed down, and now we're moving into Gemini, and things are speeding up and all that ground's disintegrating, and we have liftoff. There's a lot of excitement coming up. There's a lot of magic coming up just right around the corner. So hang in there, clear it all out, and get ready. My name is Tim Halloran. You can get in touch with me at www.rasa-lila.healing.com and schedule an individual birth chart session with me there. I hope to see you soon. Namaste.